Hello and welcome back. My name is Matt Latter and today we're going to continue the Stellaris campaign with the Galactic Havarigga Dominion. In the last video we've managed to get a lot of special projects done and we are currently set on the course to colonize another planet. We'll have to see how this continues. For now, let's start up again at fast speed. We've found out in the last session as well that we have a ton of very dangerous space amoeba groups running around, which isn't exactly the best thing, but we'll get there, and we'll take them apart. Let's actually see. We are not currently researching anything that will increase our military prowess, but maybe we get something in physics.
Construction complete.
And we've finished, I think it was an energy plant. There we go, yes it was. And we can upgrade the biolab here. You know what, I'm gonna save up the materials for now. I'd rather have the colony ship at the moment. How long actually does the galactic border increase? 26 months, okay. So by the time we should probably have another planet ready. One of our science ships is also at the moment researching the anomaly here. Maybe read it out quickly. The material composition of this asteroid differs significantly from its neighbors. It likely has a different origin than the other bodies of this asteroid belt and should be investigated more closely. We'll see what happens. And our second scientist, I believe, yes, leveled up to rank 3 as well, so he's now more usable to research anomalies as well. Let's see what the anomaly here is. Asteroid fossils. Fossils from what appears to be several species of aquatic animals have been found on the barren, airless surface of the asteroid. There are indications that the surrounding asteroid belt was created from the remains of a shattered planet, and these findings seem to confirm that theory. Judging by the fossils, the planet supported life and was at least partially covered by water. So we gain a bunch more stored up society research.
Complete.
And we've completed the AI-controlled colony ships. What that means, the colony development speed is basically when you first settle a colony and the ever-growing bar appears, that takes now a bit less time. Okay, so in this case, we could go for deflectors, but we don't really have the energy cores to support proper shields yet. So for now, I'll probably go with global energy management for the power hub. Very powerful building, as you will see, no doubt. Oh, science ship is done here. Where else can we perhaps send it? You know what, let's go a bit over here. There's a black hole we can survey as well. That might prove to be interesting. And we've actually got enough minerals now. Let's construct the colony ship. And I probably should also go ahead and create the solar panels when I have the minerals for it. They are quite helpful. Let's see, in Methane? No, Methane. We've surveyed the planet already. So this planet's not exactly good either. Way too much tile blockers everywhere. And it's basically at the ass end of nowhere. So most likely at the moment is actually Foldora as our next planet, though it still isn't exactly a good planet either. This one would really be a lot more about just expansion. Let's see, we still have Haldos, which is also a tiny planet with lots of tile blockers, and Bazanak, which is fairly open and with very few tile blockers. On the other hand, it doesn't really give us much, but we should probably take that one then. The first few colonies should be productive relatively soon. So let's hope for that. Also on the to-do list as well is, by the way, to get our second colony a spaceport. That costs a little bit more than a colony ship though, so that's something for later. But at least we're having a decent economy now where the minerals are concerned. I'd like to be a bit farther by now this time of the game, 15 years in, but we'll deal with what we have.
Anomaly found.
And we have anomaly. We have detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren, lifeless surface of this moon. We've had that one before, actually. But let's research it. Maybe there's a different outcome this time. Not the greatest system either. Energy credits are nice, though. Something for later, probably. So, anything else interesting going on? The crystalline entity observation. We'll go with that real quick. And here the anomaly is nearly done researching. A failure! The initial survey report, which mentioned life signs originating from the surface of the moon, must have been mistaken, as nothing of the sort has been found by the science ship. Science officer Nouveau reports that the moon now appears to be completely devoid of life. So he fucked up. That's okay. We'll have to live with it. We should send our prime science guy over here. The anomaly could be very interesting, and so far the system is turning out nicely as well. Let's queue it up here. And let's see, Saturn. What's in the Saturn system? I'd kind of like for there to be a planet we can settle easily.
Special project complete.
Oh, crystalline entities are unbreakable. The crystalline entities, the name itself a compromise between rival factions of a xenobiologist and xenogeologists on Nirastan, are most definitely alive. Some overly conservative members of the Havariggan academic elite argue that they are silicate animate matter, and that they have little in common with biological life. The vast majority of the Galactic Havarigga Dominion's populace rejects that aggressive perspective, instead turning their eyes toward the fascinating new horizons that the crystalline entities represent. They are, somewhat regrettably, solitary beings, each individual crystal sovereign rarely seen with more than one sentinel and a smaller cohort entity. Aside from the cohort and the sentinel clearly being subservient to the sovereign of the group, the subtle nuances of the crystal entities' socio-hierarchical relationships are lost on us, which does not stop these dynamics from being the subject of fevered study by Nira Atstan. The entities do not seem to mate, and we have yet to observe any crystals that are recognizably older or younger than the others. Contrary to an earlier hypothesis, the shifts in hue between individual crystalline entities seem to be related not to their age, but to their latent internal charge, which can be violently unleashed, and it appears as if those sporadic fluctuations in its charge alter the refractive properties of the crystal. So, yeah. We can get the crystal sonar, which is another of these edicts we can activate, which means whenever we go into a system where these crystalline entities are present, we can spend 30 energy and immediately survey all the planets there. Of much more awesome nature is the buff due to being xenophile, once again. The knowledge will surely be a great boon to the sciences. We gain a permanent plus 10% physics research modificator. This will help us in the long run more than anything else. Also, if you're annoyed at me reading out all the prompts when they first appear, leave a comment about that. I can just as well leave it off. But so far I actually quite like reading them, at least if they're the first time around that they appear. Let's unpause perhaps, then things can actually happen. So, Sedran, give me a colonizable planet. And there is! I like that because Russell-Hag is a massively good system. And it's the first planet to be surveyed. It's of relatively small size, but if it's not too many hull blockers, I may take that one over all others. Because Russell-Hag is an awesome system. 8 energy credits will go in a long way to fix all of our energy problems. Especially when we start building robot pop units. They cost, as you can see on the tooltip, 150. So yeah, that will take a while. Let's see. Saturn 1B with an anomaly. Subtle readings of something beneath the surface. The surface is something we can deal with here. Okay, 22%, but the other scientist is far away and I want it to be colonizable, so let's take the 22% risk here. Maybe we're doubly in luck and the Cedron system itself will also be very worthwhile to own. And I really don't like doing it, but we might need to let the
complete.
colony ship sit around for a little bit. I'll probably send it down to Arcturus, and maybe by the time it's down there we have an answer on which is better. Once again, we're losing energy credits due to having the colony ship. Remember, they cost a ton of money. And I think we might actually lose out on this debris here. I should probably fix that. So after we've done our stuff here, the investigation, we will redirect to Grumium and Holdus. Debris should always be researched in the early game. Much too valuable stuff in there. Defense system is actually also turning out pretty nice down here. Echoes from the deep. After rigorous research, the crew of the science ship has only been able to detect a faint echo emanating deep beneath the surface of Cedron 1b. The echo resembles a life signature, however it is so distant that it is hard to tell if it is real or just the instruments giving off random variations. The science officer crew is complaining about bad rests and long hours and cannot take much more. Let's go risky. We cannot rest until we get to the bottom of this. After working day and night in order to find a reason behind the echo, the crew of the science ship have found an interesting life form living underneath the surface of the planet. Previously, we could not detect it due to its amazing ability to live so close to the moon's core, throwing off our system analytics. Scans show to be a type of a quantic anthropod early in its evolution. What is most surprising is the fact that it's able to reproduce by repurposing dead matter from other life forms into offspring. This information will surely help our scientists develop new pharmaceuticals. However, news of how we treated our personnel will surely spread and displease the general population. So we gain pharmaceutical innovation, but negative media coverage, and the planet is gaining a bit of science. Let's see about those empire modifiers. 10% happiness and 20% increased output for 3000 days. And for a good bit less, we only gain the negative media coverage, which is negating the happiness bonus, so we're on a net positive. So yeah, I think this will be our planet here. Okay. Let's decide where to settle down though. And also, as I mentioned, we're going for the research projects here. First, before all others. And only after that, we'll return to Cedron. As you can, by the way, see, the AI is being smart enough to not go through systems filled with enemies. So, back down to the planet. Let's see where we colonize. I already have a spot in mind. Namely down here. But I may actually go up here, since there's one more tile getting improved properly. Yep, let's do that. Very nice. Then we have, sooner or later, Russell Hogg within our borders. A massively good system. And after we gain the border increased technology, we will most likely also have Arcturus expand a fair bit. Especially since by then it has the required population units to do so.
System survey complete.
And I should spend my resources. This is something that sometimes happens, that I'm getting a bit absorbed and then kind of forget to upgrade everything as needed. So let's do that for now. Whole bunch of updates. And here we go. Let's build a mining thing here. And that should suffice here. Also, in the spaceport, after the solar network, we're gonna create 2 new corvettes. Nice. Bunch of minerals spent again. So, let's wait until our colony ship arrives. The construction ship could probably move over to Sedran as well. Well, it would have to wait for a little while anyways. Yeah, we're probably not getting the society tech before we research all of that here. Let's see, our first science ship is doing the anomaly here, which is, alright, the ship debris in orbit around the system. A massive fleet action that took place a long time ago. Let's see if something good comes out of that. And the Fiend system has been surveyed completely. Not bad. I may actually decide to build border outpost at Bashpad. With the expanded border, it should get us Finn and Foldora into the borders. And once we've got a bit of a larger empire down here, perhaps, we can then destroy the outpost and regain the influence points. And the ship is nearly there. I love the design of these colony ships. The human ships have probably the best design right there, because you can very clearly see the colony within. And here we go. Instead of 13 months, it only takes us 10 to colonize the planet, which has been named Davi Anat. By the way, once again, if you want something in the game named after you, just leave a comment and I'll do so. Okay, anomaly researched, signs of battle. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit around the planet at some point in the last 5 millennia. The surface of one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans from the HDS from the science ship have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all of the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. The science officer is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulks for any valuable technologies.
Situation log updated.
And oh yes, we're going to do that one. This one will take 180 days. I think the debris in Holder's timed out. Yes, it did. Oh well. My bad on that front. Really my bad. Hey. This unit will be ready very soon, 1 or 2 months. Then we can upgrade the colony ship shelter.
Construction complete.
And we finished the surface construction here. Alright, we cleared another tile here. Also, since we've got the resources, let's build another science lab and also queue up the clearing of these 2 fields. Then our homeworld is finally free of all tile blockers. And Nafithi is ready as well in a few short moments. 1 more month. And I think we can also get another corvette built. Currently our fleet size limit is 15. So 15 total corvettes before we run into more money problems. And the global energy management has been constructed, researched, not constructed, which means we can now build a power hub. We'll see about that in a moment. Yeah, new weapons would be fun. I'm really considering going for the self-aware logic. Once again, it's the AI path and it gives us more research alternatives, and I think we're going to stick with the theme here. 116 months, holy moly. Yeah, they really nerfed early expansion. They've changed the model on how the research cost is calculated from being based wholly on population to being also increased by planets, and planets increase it by a lot. Okay, we've got active countermeasures and nanocomposite materials researched a little bit, as well as some physics engineering research. Good. Let's continue on. The science ship should be on its way back down to Sedran so we can research it. Survey, not research. And in the meantime, our science ship here is doing the research on the space hulks that grounded on the planet where the battle took place. And yep, we could upgrade the reassembled ship shelter on our colony to planetary administration, though as you can see it costs a lot. We'll save up for that now. This will be our definite next task.
Construction complete.
I may actually go ahead and cancel these two here, because I really would like for the colony to grow up a bit more, because that also increases the borders. So in a moment we'll gain a lot of border increases.
Special project complete.
The special project has been completed. The team under Science Officer something something has finished their expedition on the planet and returned to the science ship. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there are yet things to discover. The permanent science ship outpost in orbit would be a great boon to our starship engineering efforts. Oh, nice. 130 nearly in engineering research, a bunch of experience for our scientists, and a permanent boost to the science on the planet. That is what I like to hear. So let's go back down again. I may go ahead and start researching the planets over here a bit more. Let's queue them up. You know what, we'll leave that one to that starship over here, to the science ship here. Let's instead go to New Frontiers over here. Okay, let's at least get the materials together and start the construction. In the meantime, our new colony is being constructed. And we've got a quite sizable space fleet by now. Let's... Alright, I'm waiting for the materials. My bad, sorry.
Construction complete.
Okay, few more days. There we go. We have the materials and we shall build it. Note that it also costs us a whole bunch of influence points. So, it is under construction and within some short amount of time it will be done. And then greater borders, then the science with more greater borders, and then we have a lot of new stuff to exploit. But that's gonna have to do it for today. I'm gonna call the episode here. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you comment, like, subscribe if you find it interesting here. I'm looking forward to the next episode and hopefully see you back there as well. Thank you for watching. See ya!